We're live.
Hey guys,
we're late because we had always technical difficulties. It's always Tessa. I was like, I'm calling you, Tessa. Where are you at? She's like, my computer's froze. She's
like, nothing was popping up from Skype, which it usually will pop up and say like, call from Amanda.
And you had just rebooted, didn't you?
I had just rebooted.
Restarted your computer. So I was like, how can that even happen?
I know. And then I clicked on, cause I was like, that's weird. And cause I got that on my phone and I went to click, like Chrome so I could like message you on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't do anything. I just have to restart. Like it was doing nothing.
I know. And then I have technical, like the comments won't come over here. So I totally just had to bring up my YouTube, on my phone.
Maybe I should do that too.
Yeah. Because already, hello, Byron says hi. Byron's here, taking a break from watching Star Wars so I can come. You're coming over, you were watching Star Wars and he took a, which one? Which Star Wars? We want to know. Which Star Wars, Byron?
That's important. That matters.
It does. Cause listen, I don't want to talk about a Captain America today.
Hey, you know what? I got some things to say about Captain America.
Do you?
Cause I just watched.
Oh, I'm interested then because I didn't watch it.
I know you didn't. I know. But it's funny because I watched it a year ago. Uh-huh. And I don't remember it being this good. Like I was into it.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was working and I kept stopping to watch it and I'm like, I'm never going to get my work done. Because if you guys didn't know, I've been super sick.
Yeah.
But today I feel not 100%, but like so much better that I feel like I can tackle the day, I can get work done. Uh-huh. And I was like, I'm going to do work. And I pulled up and I started writing a post and I kept being like, my TV's right up here. And I kept being like, for like 10 minutes. And I'd be like, oh, back to this.
Well, when you get on YouTube, why don't you just share the link on our page since we're trying this new thing. We're trying to like, on my computer live stream on YouTube. But then also at the same time, because we have the Geekly show that we try to,
right.
We've been working on trying to do like a dual live stream. It never works out, does it? It never works out.
No, my phone is doing this thing where, because if you guys don't know, to be live on Facebook, you have to have your phone horizontal. Uh-huh. My phone will not rotate. And I'm almost positive there's like an auto rotate setting somewhere. I've got to look into it because then we can't do it. And it's so very frustrating.
But Byron was watching Return of the Jedi, Tessa.
Oh, that's a good one.
Return of the Jedi, right? That's a good one. So
they're all good. I think they're all good.
He paused his Return of the Jedi just to come talk about some Captain America with us. Some Captain America, is it the First Soldier? Captain America.
The First Avenger.
Oh, why do I keep saying Soldier? I even named it Soldier. I think I'm a
Soldier. You did?
That's right, First Avenger. I think I even named Byron. Did I name it the first? People are confused.
People are like, "What movie?"
They're like, "What? The first? What? The first
it's a new movie?"
I know. This is like that's what they're going to name the next Avengers.
It does say the First Soldier.
I know.
I'm going to say, come chat with us about the First Avenger.
Whoops. That's how
Tanya's gonna.
All right, while she's doing
never
that,
let you forget that one.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna talk about because everybody knows, right? I'm not a Captain America fan, just not, and I think that's what stopped me from I kept putting it off. I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. And I kept putting it off. I'm just like, I don't want. So, but. Was it really that good? Like, you were watching it, Tessa, but she's still talking.
Yeah, and I don't remember being that into it last year. Maybe it's just because of, I don't know what it is. But do you know what was interesting to me? One of my favorite things in the whole entire movie is little teeny tiny Chris Evans.
Is that what it was? Oh, because he didn't get all bulked up yet. Right?
He looks so weird. His head is like huge and his body is like this.
Does he look like, you know who reminds me of that? Paul Rudd. Doesn't Paul Rudd always look like he have a huge head and tiny body?
Yes.
It's like, kind of like a bobblehead.
So Paul Rudd is way more handsome than Chris Evans. Oh my God.
You think?
Do you know why I think that though? But I love the nerdy, geeky, funny guys.
Yeah.
You know I do. Like Alan and James.
The buffed up Chris Evans. I'm not into the big beefy guys either. I'm not either. Like if they're big except Jason Well, look, she's going to start. Jason Momoa.
I was really, when you said the buff, guys, I was about to go.
Well, yeah, I know. Like,
Jason Momoa.
I don't love Jason just for his body.
You know what? I like about him?
What?
You know, because I've told you. It's the facial hair. I'm not a facial hair girl. I like clean cut, baby face. Like, that's what I like.
So, yeah, Byron said I did name it but I know, right, Byron? We know, y'all know what we're talking about. You know what we talk about. It's going to be a toss-up. Either it's Captain America, the First Avenger, or Winter Soldier. Or we might mix them up. Let's mix them up. Joshua Stark! Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tessa just said she's feeling better. She is starting to feel better, Joshua.
Yes.
Oh, Joshua
I know
Stark,
I am.
Captain America.
I'm not 100%, but man, I feel like a new person compared to like the last 2 days.
Yeah. You were looking pretty, like you look like you were suffering. You look like you were suffering.
God, I was. But now I've had 3, maybe 4 antibiotic pills, so I think that's really starting to...
It's starting to help.
It's clearing up my throat. I can swallow, like without being like...
Oh, good. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Isn't that the worst when you don't even want to swallow? You're like, I can't do it.
Okay, so let's get back, because everybody's like, y'all, every week y'all have a movie that you talk about, and then you never end up talking about the movie. Don't they say that to us? Where I was like, this week, even though I didn't watch it, I want to stick with it. Because, look, and you watched it, so I want to be refreshed. So I remember a lot about it. I mean, it starts out, right, he's like trying to enlist in the war.
He wants to, yeah. Well, because Bucky does, right? Bucky's his best friend.
They're always best. Oh, yeah. They already are best friends. Bucky enlists in the war. So that's the only reason he does?
Well, he wants to support it. Now, do you remember he's at the movies and, like, they're showing before the movie, like, the join the military, we need help, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And one guy's, like, trash talking and he's telling him to shut up and the guy gets up and he's, like, super big and then he punches him in the face. And Bucky's like, I think you like getting punched because you always are
talking smack.
But he was very just patriotic, right?
Yeah.
And so then when he meets Peggy Carter too, he's talking about how he's never really been with a girl. Which he says like he needs to find the right partner. And poor Steve is probably still a virgin, I think, isn't he?
Well, I think him and Bucky did something.
What?
With a name like Bucky?
I mean, I could get behind that. I'm just saying.
What'd you say?
I said I could get behind that. I'd be all about that. No, I think they'd be super cute together.
They would. I think that's the whole thing. I'm like, I think they are trying to hide something from us. They just need to look. Take it. This is the new
couple.
Yeah, look, he's still in that mindset. What year is he from? Like, what with the war? Wasn't that like the 30s, 1930s?
They said, well, when he woke up, they told him at the end, they said, you've been asleep for about 70 years. I don't know. I'm so bad at, listen, I am not good at history or geography or any of those things.
So maybe it was like, well, if it was like it was the end, because the World War II, that's when they were enlisted, right? And that ended in 45, something like that. So it could have been like late 30s, early 40s. Anyway, we just know that time they wasn't accepting. That's why they had to hide their relationship. He's not, you think Captain America, or look, Steve Rogers that time, gonna enlist in a war to go die because of Bucky, like just a friendship? No.
Well, no, he was just super patriotic.
No, they were something else. He wanted to be with Bucky. We're accepting now. He wakes up all those years later. We are accepting now, right?
So he thinks all the people he's known is dead, and but we'll get to the end of the part because the end part was good. What?
Byron said, Steve plus Bucky equals Stucky.
Yes, I love it.
How about just Sucky? Oh, wait, I didn't mean it dirty. I just mean I don't like Captain America. But we could go there too, being on that topic.
Oh my God.
Hey, CW.
Oh, CW, hi.
Joshua's getting mad at me. He said, Steve must always be with Peggy. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I really think. Like in Endgame, he might stay behind to be with Peggy. But remember, he's like making out with that other girl, and Peggy catches him.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Yeah,
he's a cheater.
Well, they weren't like together. She hinted at it like. Oh. So, well, all right. So he's teeny tiny Captain America, right? Teeny
That's
tiny.
what you can't get over. You're like, in this one, he's just so tiny.
He's so teeny tiny. It's so cute. But so then he enlists, and they have him in this group, and his like general is like, like,
and he was sick, so that's why wasn't he like sickly? What's wrong with him?
He's just teeny tiny. That's
why they wouldn't take him in, because they like rejected him. They
did, but then they brought him in, and he joins because they ask him, "Well, do you really want to kill Nazis?" Because they're trying to find people for this program, right? Mm-hmm. The super soldier program. Yeah. And they see how much of a heart he has. Uh-huh. Like then one of the really good parts is they're doing the guys they're like, get this flag, climb up the flagpole, get the flag, whatever. Yeah. And they can't get it. And Steve, like, super smart. They're like, let's go, let's move out. And he walks up to the flagpole and he like pulls the pins out so the flagpole falls over and he grabs the flag and hands it to his like officer and is like, here you go. And they're like, oh, okay. He's smart. Uh-huh. You know?
So, but yeah,
fun.
That's what just, I always thought that it was because he was sick, I thought he was just, no, maybe I thought wrong.
I don't know, maybe. And I might have missed that. Like I said, I was working and watching, so I might have missed it. I don't think he was sick. I think he looked like he was sick. He's like super skinny and little, and which is all like CGI stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they had to do it. It's not like you can get that skinny and then buff up the next minute.
Right. Like the first half hour, he's like that. So then they decide, they're going to choose him for the super soldier program, right? Okay. Which his like superior officer is like not cool with at first. He's like, you're really going to pick him? Look, this guy's way better. He's already got the build and blah, blah, blah. And the guy who's doing the experiment or the super soldier program is like, I'm looking for more than just physical. Yeah. Obviously, because the super soldier serum is going to bulk him up.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need physical. Right. I already got that. I need.
Right. That's in the little shot thing, whatever. What do you call it? A needle. Yeah. We're good.
Oh, Evan said he didn't get the notification.
Oh my
I was wondering why only like 5 people are here. I was wondering. YouTube likes to do that to us. Remember that one day it didn't do it for yours too? I think when we were.
And you know what's been weird too? Is like I uploaded 2 reactions today, and they were both at like less than 10 views, and I'm like, that's not right. And I kept refreshing, and then all of a sudden it went up to like over 100, and I'm like,
I bet it was the same thing. I bet they didn't like notify her right away or something.
Yep.
YouTube, they always like to mess with us. Byron said, did you hear? They want the whole Avengers cast, all the actors to be at the Oscars. They still don't have a host, so they want Marvel actors to bring in views, which I'm totally fine with.
Oh. Yeah. I'll take it.
We've seen the whole cast. We've seen it all up on the stage.
And then what happened? We can go through that story again.
Can we go through that story again? When did we talk? Did we just talk about this last week?
Yeah.
We gotta wait at least 2 weeks to give people a break from the Dave Bautista kissing Tess on the cheek story. But every time, I would be the same way, Tessa. Every time they bring it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Stage, Avengers, waving to me. Yes.
He was out there looking. Was he not doing this? And he knew I was going because I commented on because he follows me on Instagram, and he was talking about it. And first of all, he was liking all my posts from the day, being like, we're going to Avengers.
Yeah. So he knew you were going to be there. Like
he knew.
Mm-hmm. Dave Bautista has a crush on Tessa.
Don't say that. His wife will kill me. I'm terrified of her. Don't say that. He's just a very nice human being.
Joshua said Captain America needs to die, though. He deserves to rest. Well, you know what? Like, but could this be possible? Because the whole thing, we're all thinking that they're going to go back in time, right? They're going to go back in time.
We know it, basically.
What if he just goes back in time to be with Peggy and stays there?
I know. Well, the last line of the movie.
Does he have to die?
I don't think so. I feel bad because, like, the last line of the movie is after he wakes up, you know, and Nick Fury's talking to him, and he's like, oh, you're 70 years older. He goes, are you going to be okay, Cap? And the last thing he says is, yeah, I'll be okay. But I had a date. Because he was supposed to have a date with Peggy.
Oh, that's right.
And it's like, you just feel bad for him.
Yeah, I don't still. All right, and you posted 2 videos today. See, Evans didn't get your notifications for those 2 videos either.
Oh, yes. I have 2 new reactions. One is Weird City, and one is, what's that horror one you did? Velvet.
Oh, I always forget Velvet Buzzsaw.
Y'all. I didn't like that at all.
Evans, Byron, Joshua. If y'all haven't seen that, look, Mia, go watch after this. Tessa and I's trailer reaction to that because, well, this is it. At least I gave you a warning. I was like, Tessa, you got to do this reaction. It's crazy, right? I was like, it is crazy. And I told you last night, I was like, I'm all over here. I'm just here by myself with the kids. It's already dark. It's already dark. I'm all nervous. I'm looking out like I'm freaked out. And the same thing, like you're like, I have paintings like right here. I kept walking like in the rear, like looking at my painting but I was not warned. They were just like, oh,
I know, I'm glad. And I said at the beginning, I was like, listen, Amanda from Crazy Amanda Reacts warned me, so.
I was not warned. So
you
saw the beginning is just like, oh, okay, and I was the same way, oh, Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah. And his eye, I was like, what is this going to be about? His eyes, like some kind of eye.
I hate close-up eyes too.
Oh, I know.
It was gross.
I saw in yours, you were like, oh, eyes! I was just like, oh, what? And then he's getting an eye exam. I'm like, what is this about? All right, he's at an art show. Da-da. Like, I have no idea what this is about. And then it's like, bam! I was like, oh! And then from there, I was like, I wouldn't have.
I knew something was coming because you told me it was scary, but I wasn't expecting like that.
I was not prepared. I was not. Yeah. I was all happy at the beginning. I was like, reaction.
And then you were like, unsubscribe for me. I hate you all.
I did. I was like, y'all just need to thumbs down the video.
Like
unsubscribe. Yeah. I'm done with y'all. I don't want none of y'all subscribers no more to do me that way. None of y'all. All right, we gotta get back on that. We gotta get back.
Oh yeah,
stay on track. All right, Cap needs.
So they inject him. He's big Captain America now. Blah blah blah. I'm awesome. And now, they say basically they make him the poster boy.
Do they make after they inject him? Does he like do like Hulk? Does he like like his
not
muscles?
really? No, I mean kind of. You see him like change a little bit on the thing, but then it's not. I know. Well, it was a long time ago
clothes, too, right? Rip through it.
CGI wasn't. But so then they don't even let him like fight in the war, which I don't think he wasn't a fan of. They made him like the poster boy, right? He had to go around and talk and try to talk to people about joining the military, and then and then whenever he talks to the troops, they're all like, "We already joined. Like we don't like." They weren't having him. They weren't a fan of him because he's got like an easy job.
Yeah, well, why would you even do that and make them bulk up and be all like this and then not use them in the war?
I know.
I never understood that either, right?
Yeah, it's weird. But then he wants to help and he ends up helping. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of the battle scenes are like, that's when I kind of would like just start
working.
Battle scenes. They weren't
They weren't the
I don't know, they weren't Infinity War. I think I've been spoiled with like the Infinity War battle scenes were just crazy amazing. And so that's when but I mean, I like when he fights Red Skull, which is like kind of towards the end, but he goes and he gets Bucky, because they pronounce Bucky dead, and that's when he says he's gonna leave, right?
Yeah, he's gotta look, that's his boyfriend.
Well, he thought Bucky was dead. So like, cause he walks in on the general.
Now, does Bucky have his long hair in this one?
Letter.
Does Bucky, I don't remember, does Bucky have his long hair in this one?
Short hair.
Okay.
He's not as fun. I like him with his long hair and his silver metal arm. That's fine. I like it.
I don't like him. I don't like Cap or Bucky. They can all listen.
He's very sexy. You should like him. Better looking than Jason Momoa, that's for sure.
All right, so they said Bucky died, and he died in the war. Is that what you were saying?
They think, right? So he walks in on the guy saying like he's been missing, and no, that's the Captain America part. So no, he asks like, have you heard about Bucky or whatever? And he's like, I've signed so many condolence letters today, but that name sounds familiar, is what he said.
Who said that?
Which if they're missing for the like general.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
so
I'm sure they're like they probably They don't know. They don't remember.
And the way they do it is if they're missing for like 3 days, they'll say like, we have to assume he's killed in action, but we don't know, type of thing. So then Cap goes and whatever and finds him, and I don't know. That's when I kind of like stopped watching for a little bit, because it's like, it's good, but it's not. I mean, I give this movie like a 7 out of 10, right? It's pretty good. Well, I can't hold my attention all the way through anymore.
And I think it's hard for any intro to a character movies.
That's true too.
You know, it is. Like I'm watching these again, like Thor and these intros, like they
Except
become
for Iron Man though.
Yeah, because I think it was just the first.
No, I think you're right.
You know, I think it was the first, and you're just like, oh my god. But I'm saying like especially I mean, can you think of one of like the standalone Marvel, except Iron Man, that has just like, well, I can. No.
Well, Guardians. But
that was a whole group. But Ant-Man was like a good
Ant-Man's
first one.
good too.
Yeah, Ant-Man was a good first one. Black Panther.
That's later too. Like they're getting better.
Yeah,
too.
so that's what I'm saying. These are all later.
Like Thor, Cap, Doctor Strange even for me was like good but not great. But I know you loved it.
And the later ones always kind of tie in to like
that's
the Avengers
true
now. So these are like standalone. Like we don't know anything about. There's not an Avengers movie that's come yet, right? So there's no.
Right. Well, that's why this is like he's the first Avenger. So that's why when you see him with Nick Fury, it's like, oh, they're gonna because the next one is Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be a good one to talk about next week.
I know.
All right, I'm glad that one's next week.
You'll watch that one.
Yeah. Amanda, go away. You don't deserve to be on Cap Stream. True, I'll leave. Look, that's why I didn't even watch it. I'm like, I'm not going to pretend I'm over here liking it.
I didn't watch the last
I did like some like Captain America, the Civil War.
That's Avengers 2.5.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That one
America.
should not have been named. That's like I was like, this is not like a Captain America. But then they have, Winter Soldier. I'm trying to remember what was like in that kind of, well, that was just mostly him, right? There wasn't really.
Hold on.
You have to look. She's Googling. She's going.
No, I'm not even. I got a pop-up notification for that press event for next week, and this lady is like, I can't confirm until I get your full legal name. I'm like, my name is Tessa. It's not short for anything. Dummy. Did I ever tell you the story? This is way off topic. Okay. But when I was in I want to say 3rd grade, my teacher, it must have been younger because we were learning to write our names. Uh-huh. And she was like, you have to write your full name. And I was like, my name is Tessa. And she's like, no, your name's Teresa. And I was like,
oh,
no.
Your name was Teresa? Like they think Tessa's short for Teresa?
And she was like arguing with me and I'm like, do you want me to bring my birth certificate? And my name is Tessa. Like what?
When did you bring a birth certificate?
Yeah. So she's like, we're going to confirm flights today, but I mean, is your legal name Tessa? I need your full legal name. And I'm like, yeah. Why would I give you my name short? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I've done precedent.
You call me T. Evan said, don't forget, these are the first steps of the MCU. They had to understand the taste of the public. True. That's what I'm saying. These are like the early on, understand the taste, but also I think it's harder because, they haven't tied in any of them. It's been all standalones.
I know.
But you said this is kind of like the next one because Nick Fury's in this one?
Yeah, so,
that's right. Because,
long story short, blah, 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 he does all this stuff and he gets frozen. Whatever. They think he's dead. Peggy's all set. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Whatever.
Well, how'd he get frozen?
So then he wakes up and you remember they kind of built a room around. So he wakes up and it looks like his era, room and there's a baseball game on. The girl comes in and she's dressed like that. And he's like, where am I? And she's like, you're in a hospital room in New York. And he goes, no, really, where am I? Because that's the game from 1941. 1941, so there we go. There's the time. Uh-huh. And he goes, and I was there. I know because I was there.
Okay.
And they're like, and she presses a button and these people come in, like SHIELD agents that are trying to calm him down. And he's like, throws them out of the way.
Yeah.
And just busts through this fake wall. Uh-huh. And then it's like code, whatever. I don't remember what code it was, but we have a code, whatever. And he's running through and he runs outside and he's like, what the hell is going on? Because it's like New York City.
Yeah.
Which is way different than it was in the 40s.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, and these SHIELD agents pull up and he's like, what's going on? And Nick's like, I'm sorry, Cap. We thought it would just be easier. And he's like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you've been asleep for 70 years.
Well, what do you
or
mean?
Almost
What would be easier? Oh, to be frozen for
to make it look like his transition, like he wakes up in a hospital room that looks like he's still in the same time.
Oh, I know you're okay.
Then him into
yeah.
By the way, it's been 70 years instead of he wakes up and he's like, what the hell's going on? So, that's when Nick says that, and then that's when he says, are you gonna be okay? And he says, it's just that I had a date or whatever, which is sad. But
that is.
Let's talk Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, so that's one thing. I didn't watch the movie, but I did look that up. I was like,
oh my God, it's one of the best ones.
I had to look it up. It's when
I forgot how funny it was.
All right, you talk about it. Yeah, but I couldn't find one that was in English. I would look.
They take them down.
So I think it was like the Russian.
Yeah. So it's when, it's when he hears that Bucky is pronounced dead or whatever. Okay. And he's sick of being like the poster boy. So he's supposed to go and speak, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why that one guy's like introducing him. Yeah. And he's gone to go help Bucky and those troops or whatever, right? He's not coming. So the one guy comes out, cause the guy keeps going, Captain America, and like another like soldier comes out just to be like, hey, he's not coming. Yeah. You know? And Stan Lee's in the front, and he's dressed as like a general. And he looks at the guy next to him and he goes, I thought he'd be taller or something like that. Because it's like not Captain America, you know? Which is funny.
That's what he said. I know I was like, what is it saying? It don't even have subtitles.
And he's so young there. Like not young, but like he seems so young. Yeah, and like hearing his voice, it wasn't like as old. And I was like, oh my God, I can't.
Well, and I still have it over here because yesterday on your channel we did the Captain Marvel. But I was like, look, they still have the page, and still, I wonder how long they're going to do that for.
Usually they do stuff like that. I mean, usually it's only one week, or like it's, you know how there's like different ones that come out each week in a month. It would be like all those, like the Fantastic Four,
all the ones Spider-Man. That that.
And since this one's new, maybe, but also because it's Stan Lee, it might.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering.
Did you see DC put something in their comics too when it happened?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh my God, they were just like from like Excelsior, and then it was like from your friendly competitor or something like that. And
stop! You're gonna make me cry. I'm starting to feel stop, Tessa.
I saw it. I was like,
you know how your nose starts tingling? No, Tessa.
I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. You're trying to make
me cry. Look, I'm getting red. Look.
I know. I know. I was like, oh my God. I tell you, the tweet from them though is what like broke my heart.
I don't remember it. I don't even.
Oh boy, it says.
See, Joshua said, stop, Tessa! Joshua said,
I know. And I'm just seeing all the tweets, like I can't see like what they had in the comics. Where did they, here it is. In this week's comics, they had, oh God, I can't even. It says, with utmost respect from the distinguished competition, Excelsior, in memoriam of Stanley Look. Oh. That was in all their comics.
And then did they have the black page too?
Yeah, look, it's all black.
See, she's doing this on purpose.
But yeah, that's so nice when you're distinguished competitor. It's so, I know.
What was their tweet? Now I want to know.
God. I will.
Was 100% it long? Was it long?
Not that long, and
all right, no.
Nope, I'm looking it up. So. But I was like, nope, I can't do this. Oh, where's it? Whew. You keep talking, because it's going to be, there's so many things.
Joshua asked it because he got me the Captain America link. And you know what it was, Joshua? Because you had sent me that one right before that, and I still haven't watched it. Oh, it was a YouTube link. And then you sent me after that the Captain America. It was the same link. I was like, that's kind of the reason I didn't get to watch it too. Because Joshua.
Hey, it was on my. It was on my Greg was. You should have been able to watch it.
Greg was sleeping in there. I could have watched it last night. It's true. Tessa, why would you do this to me? I know. See, she did it on purpose. She did it on purpose.
Oh, boy.
Have my eyes watering, get me all sad.
I know. I don't know that this is the one, but this is one. It says he changed the way we look at heroes. Oh, God. And modern comics will always bear his indelible mark. His infectious enthusiasm reminded us why we fell in love with these stories in the first place. Excelsior, Stan. But I think there was another one, too.
All right. We're done. Tessa. You're going to have us all up in here crying.
I know. I gotta
all of us up in here crying. Mm-mm. So that's all right, right. Captain America, so it ended with him just like out in the street with Nick Fury. Is that how it ended?
Yes.
And what was the after credit scene?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Tessa, I talk about.
That's what my computer stuff was. I don't remember. I should. I had to get, that's when my computer froze. It was the whole thing. I'm going back to our lives so I can see I don't remember the after credit scene. Look, I'll just Google it real quick.
That was
Captain America. Is it First Soldier or First Avenger?
Ain't it Winter Avenger? Captain America, Winter Avenger.
Just like Iron Man and Thor, which features the scenes
It's a trailer for the Avengers?
What?
That's what Joshua said. It's a trailer for the Avengers. That's the end credit scene, just the trailer?
I'm looking right now. Okay, he's going into a gym.
Oh, that's what Evan just said. It's where he's in the gym. So,
yeah, and he's punching the bag.
That's a dumb one.
Oh, yeah. And then it just shows all of them, and it's saying, like, it shows Thor, but it shows Mark Ruffalo as Bruce.
Oh,
Iron Man, Loki.
That's probably
it is like a trailer.
Like,
that's right.
That's probably when people are like, because the last...
Right. Well, because you had no idea.
I know.
Right?
And the last one we saw, it was Ed Norton. So, it's him. Captain America was the last film before the... Yeah, so that's what we said. Next week is the Avengers. So, that should be a good one. I'm excited to talk about that one because... Well, you watched all these last year. Before.
I did. Most of them. I think I was away for one. Mm-hmm. No, I don't remember. Yeah. But.
Because she did the same thing. Well, they did it on Twitter, though. They watched it on Twitter and then tweeted about it.
Watched it and tweeted the whole time. Yeah,
so you watched it then. And I came in, at the end
Which we're going to do.
Are you?
We're going to do picking back up with...
with Black Panther, Ant-Man.
Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And then Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which Captain Marvel we obviously won't live tweet, but we might do a Twitter party because it's going to be in theaters. So
you think it'll be that week? It might. Well, when's it come
There's
out?
no way it's going to be out.
Yeah, March 9th.
And then this is April 26th.
Yeah, it won't be on Blu-ray yet.
No, it won't be.
You watch all of them in Joshua in December?
Yeah,
because how many are there now? 21 or 2?
There's 20. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was 21.
I think so too.
Yeah, because when we interviewed Victoria Alonso for Infinity War, wasn't she this is the 20th movie?
I think so.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp must have been 21.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... this is one other thing I was going to ask about the Captain America. Then we can stop talking about it.
Okay. Yeah.
But when does he get his little shield and is that when he becomes Avenger?
Yeah, no, he's already got it in here. He
already has this one in
a costume.
It was when he was torn. He got a costume.
He talked to I think it was the guy who was running the Super Soldier program, and he's like, I have some ideas for a costume, and then the next scene you see him with the costume.
And he has a shield.
Because he needs it to go fight.
Yeah.
When he fights Red Skull, he has it when he fights Red Skull.
So, and he has it all. The shield,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember. I watched it though, and I've even watched it probably in the last, but like you said, you'll kind of half watch it. Whenever I see on TV a Marvel movie on, the MCU movie on.
I always stop and I watch, but I usually only watch the commercials. And then
I always turn on when it's on TBS and all those, but when I'm looking through, I'm this is on, and I just put it on, and like you said, keep it in the background. So there's it's been in the last year. I know that's been on that I've just had it. Oh, but that's why I said
all the Marvel movies have been on a lot lately.
Yeah. But that's why I said I just kind of half watch it, just have it in the background and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what he said, watch them all. It was around the time I found out Tessa's channel, except for Infinity War and Howard's I got a Vibranium. What? Are you seeing his comment?
I didn't see it, no. And did you say Howard? I forgot. Howard Stark is in it. Or Stark. Is it Howard Stark? Yeah. Is that his name? Anyway, Tony Stark's whatever.
She's asking me. who I forget every single name. I named this Captain America, the First Soldier, and you asking me names.
Oh, Evans, I hate to disagree with you. Because I love you. You know I love you. Amanda's going to know exactly why. Read Evan's comment and you're going to know.
Is it about this? I hope to connect Namer to Logan to Cap. Something like, we fought together in World War II. They called us invaders.
I don't like?
She don't like him. She don't like him.
I love Logan. But I also think Logan had a very fitting end. I don't think they should bring him back. I'm very against bringing him back. I think they did it right, and I'd hate to see it get messed up. Them bringing him back.
She always compares him like when we talk about Aquaman. She's like, I love DC. I just hate Aquaman. I hate that character. And then she'll bring the same thing, just like in Marvel. I hate how you do it. You always connect it.
Because everyone tries to make it think that it's because he's DC, and it's not. It's because he's a stupid water character, and I don't like stupid water characters. I think they're dumb.
Stark, why are you boycotting Captain Marvel?
Oh boy. Because he said he doesn't like the comments that Brie Larson said. Now let me tell you, Brie Larson's very into diversity, right? She says, I don't want to walk into a room with a bunch of 40-year-old men. Which I think, as a woman, and I don't know if Amanda agrees with me, but she probably does, I think, we're both in the press, and I think it's very important when you do interviews to have different sides, diverse from different races, different genders, different, all sorts of diversity, right?
Joshua, it's
someone who's from the LGBTQ community, people are going to see things in a different way, and I think that's really important. And I love that she's speaking out against it, because even Evangeline Lilly, when we interviewed her, she was like, well, actually, it was when we saw her in the bathroom, but it was something like that when we were walking out, and she was like, it beats being in the same dark room and having a bunch of people in and out and ask the same questions. Yeah. And that's true. If you see a lot of the stuff from some of my favorite places, but comicbook.com or Screen Rant or any of those, it's the same room. The cast, the celebrity has been sitting in that same room, and they rotate press, and they ask almost all the same questions. Yeah. Which is why it's really fun to get blogger side, because we ask different questions, and we're
and it is diverse. I don't think it's sexist. It's actually, I think, trying to be include, right? Right. Even today, I saw a tweet from our Disney PR publicist that we know, but what the movie, I think, is released, is it today? Well, it was released in select theaters, but now I think
on the basis
of sex. And they
I don't have a local.
And they said, and he said, he was wanting more women, reviewers, because this movie came out, but it was not even a third of the reviews were from women. And this is a movie about gender equality and that kind of stuff. Right. And we're not even getting half of reviews by 2/3 are by men. So I don't think it's about being sexist. I think it's about trying to include, and
have an equal playing field. Like he was saying with Mary Poppins, a lot of the reviews were from men, and you gotta be and that's fine, great, have a men review as well, of course, but you need to have different sides of something. And that's I've said, when Terrence and I get into it sometimes, but we talk about having a different, he'll be oh, this in the comics, but comics are open to interpretation here and there, and that's why I say, two different people can have a completely different opinion on something and how they think something is meant, and I think that's why it's important to have a large group of different diversity, right? Yeah. To
have an opinion. It's all about opinion, but it's more opinions that we can relate to better. Right? It's opinions. The world's made up. It's almost 50-50, but when we only getting 1/3 of the reviewers that we can relate to with their opinions.
Right, especially moms. I tell you, as a mom, I see different movies so differently. Certain movies, especially one of my first, my first press event was for Inside Out. And I remember the very beginning when like the baby wakes up and stuff. And I immediately thought of like when I had a baby and it's just a different, and then the kid, you see what the kid's going through. And I think of it from the parent side, like it's just, you need to have everybody, right? Yeah. Like single men, single women, single dads, single moms, parents, co-parenting, like gay, lesbian, trans. Yeah. Like I think that's all super important because people see things in a different way. Like Love, Simon. Have you seen Love, Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched it recently and I was like, I hate his friends. They're horrible people. Why did they do that to him? And then I was talking to our PR rep who happens to be gay and he's like, wait, think about it. This is what they said. This is how they took it. They're also processing this. They totally accepted him for being gay. They were upset that he lied and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. You know, and he's like, as someone who's been through it, like this is what.
And that's what I want to hear the opinion from someone who's been through it or can relate.
And then I watched it again after he said that, like, and I was like, oh, I totally see different, like, okay. Yeah. I'm not as bad. I still hate that Martin character and I will hate him forever, but.
What did Evan say? Oh, he's talking about, you and him and Evans and, Tessa. Is it something about, you need to read it. Let's see. Hey, Dance Party and Brian.
Very true. He's the first mutant. I know. I hate that he has that title as the first mutant.
As the first
Logan,
mutant.
And I kind of think, I think about him in the MCU, but they have to do it right. Not that Marvel couldn't do it right, but he had such a fitting end in Logan. Like, it needs to be done perfectly, I think, if they're going to continue from that story.
Do you think bringing him into the movie can make you finally love that character, Tessa?
Namor? Maybe because Doctor Strange I did not like.
Oh, yeah.
And now I love him.
That's right. And look, she got the poster in the back. I always say it. She always said, I don't like the Doctor Strange. I was like, how can you be rocking that poster in the back all the time? You want to talk some stuff. Yeah.
I still am not a fan of him in the comics.
Yeah, I haven't read any.
He's a major part of the Infinity Wars, and he's okay in it. But I don't love him as much as I love him, like, on screen. I think Benedict is just so good, and I never really knew him because he was in Sherlock or something, and I never watched it. So I didn't know him before he was Doctor Strange. And I know a lot of people were, like, excited, and I was like, I don't know anything about this guy. I didn't watch any of his stuff.
Yeah.
And the first movie was, like, okay for me. But him in Infinity War, I was like, man, I love this character.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters now.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, from the MCU.
Really?
Not in the comics.
Really?
Yeah. So Namor could be, I don't know why. I don't know. I just thought, I loved him in Infinity War, how he was just like, he saw all those futures and was like, all right, this is the way it's gotta go. And he's like, cause
he was doing all this.
That was weird. But he could have stopped Star-Lord from punching Thanos or slapping him or whatever he did. He definitely could have.
Yeah.
And he knew, listen, like, this is what we gotta do. And I loved his, like, banter with, like, Tony and Bruce. Like,
he's always so serious. So it is kind of fun seeing him in there,
Yeah.
Right? Like, just kind of like Thor. Like, Thor in there was such a serious character. And then he's, like, best friends with Rocket, the little rabbit. He was like, hey, little rabbit. I love that. I love it. I love bringing in, like, these serious characters with, like, some smart out, like Tony, like.
Right. I know. And when Rocket gives him the eye and he just puts it in and he's like, I would have washed that first. That was so gross. Didn't he say, like, you don't know how I had to smuggle it out or something?
Oh, that's right.
So gross.
I'm not saying.
But yeah, right. I mean, if Namor's done right, I could, and that's why I said, like, Aquaman, I will give it a chance. But then after reviews from people that I trust, I'm like, I don't know that it's worth paying the money. Like, I want to go see Glass this next
Oh my gosh, me too.
I don't want to go pay to see Aquaman. My babysitter was gone over the holidays, right? She was visiting family. So
I know you'll check it out though when it comes on like Blu-ray and stuff. I know you will.
I bought Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman. I got all those as soon as they came out, like the week they came out to home release, without even having seen them.
Yeah.
So it's something I will still do. And I just don't want to pay the money to, I don't know. Like, I got a giant 4K TV. I don't need the theater experience. There's only so many, like, movies. Like, I know it's visually stunning and whatever, but I got 4K, so.
Do they even have, I know it's an IMAX and stuff. Is it 3D?
I don't know. I can't watch 3D movies. I
get sick. But when I was watching it, I was thinking, I was like, this would be beautiful. Like, I'm not, I have the motion sickness and all that.
Did we watch Ant-Man and the Wasp 3D?
No. Did we?
I feel like we had glasses.
Well, did we watch it twice?
No, I've never done a movie twice. And I know
never had to watch a movie twice when we're on the events? Really? Oh, I've had
it's usually only if you do the movie screener and then the premiere, right?
Yeah. And if you interview the cast, like, before the premiere, I mean, of course you have to watch it twice. So so I don't remember. I feel like you're right. I feel like we did.
I think we did, because we had glasses, and I was nervous, but then I didn't get a headache, because it was done pretty well.
Yeah, because I get, like, motion sickness really easy. But when what I was saying, when I was watching Aquaman, I was like, this would look so cool. Like 3D, like the underwater
and I'm sure
stuff.
It looks awesome. And I'll probably, like, enjoy it. I don't think I'm going to hate it. But, like, for me, it's not worth risking to see. And that's the same thing. If Namor comes in, of course I'm going to still watch it.
Yeah.
And I might end up liking him like I did with Doctor Strange. I just can't get into his comics. And it's funny because I say I love the cocky guys, because I love Star-Lord, I love Tony. Namor is probably one of the cockiest people in the MCU. Or in the Marvel comics.
I don't really even know that much about him.
And I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's a jerk. He don't want to help Earth half the time, or like the land people half the time. Sometimes he does.
All those underwater people, they just want to, like, give up on the Earth, right? They do.
That's why I don't like him. It's the same with Aquaman. He's like, I don't care. It's not mine.
Well, he'll do. He's one that does because his dad's there. Right.
But in Justice League,
I know.
He didn't care.
Done with them. It's true. He's about done with them in that.
I know. So see, that's why I'm like, I just am not. I'm not a fan. But of course, I will give it a try. I would like to see him in the MCU if they can do it right. Let's put it that way.
I just want them to put him in there just because I want to see what Tessa says. Like, we're like, you have to, like, include him soon just so I can hear what Tessa says.
You know what the hardest thing will be? You know how I do my 5 comics to read before seeing? I would, like, be at a loss. If they had, like, a movie frame. I'd be like, Like, it would be all crossover stuff. Like, nothing that's just him, because I haven't read any of it.
You haven't? So, like, you haven't, like, just read?
No, but I did get the Marvel Unlimited app.
Okay.
My husband got it for me for Christmas, which is awesome. So I'm going back and reading a bunch of old, because I still will get comics.
Yeah.
They don't come to the Marvel Unlimited until after 6 months after they're out, and I can't.
Oh, okay, really?
Can't do that. But I'm going way back and reading, like, old stuff. I've just started doing it. Like, I've just started using it. I just set it up. But, like,
is it like a monthly? Is it like a monthly subscription? Or like yearly?
You can do monthly, but they had a deal. Actually, today's the last day, by the way.
What's the deal?
To make it, for a year, it's like $61 for a year.
You can probably find them. You can probably find them illegal somewhere.
You know what's nice that I like about it? You can add books to your library, and it keeps your page. Do you get
it forever? Like, if, like, your subscription's up, like, you don't get to go, like, you don't keep them in, right?
Right, I don't think so. The thing I don't like is it's hard for me to read a comic on the screen. I hate it. It's just like with a book. I love to have a physical thing. But this is nice because I can go back and read, like, way old stuff that, like, I don't have to search for.
Yeah.
I don't have to try to find it. But, like, maybe I should read, like, if Namor is going to be in a thing, I'd be like, okay, well, let me go back and try to read some Namor stuff.
Especially, like, if movies are coming out and, like, you want to do, like, the 5 comic books you haven't read.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to buy it. Said, what happened to all the talk about inclusion? My poor boy, Nate. What's he got to do with inclusion?
Nothing. Hey, I include Tony. I include Star-Lord. That's enough cockiness for anybody.
I need a comic.
I guess include the water people, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, is that why? Is that what you're talking about?
And I don't care about the water people.
She doesn't.
I'm racist against water people.
She does. She don't like gills.
I'm aquaist.
She don't like gills or scales. Do you have a fear of water? Do you ever have a fear of water, Tessa?
No, I just don't. You know what it is? It's that they have to be convinced to help.
Yeah.
In any like land problems. And it's like, almost always the like Avengers, whoever from land is like, how can I help you? Like Fantastic Four would always go down and help Namor. Like, they were always willing to help.
They're always, but then he don't want to return the favor.
Right. And that's why I don't like it. From what I've read. But like I said, I can't get through. And that's the same thing with Aquaman. I'm like, I can't. I tried.
Well, we tried. Remember that when I did my throwback and I brought my old Aquaman out.
Yeah, and it was awful. He was like big Aquaman, little Aquaman. Wasn't there a little Aquaman?
Oh no, because then he had his Aqua son. He was already having his Aqua son. Remember, I was like, to me, I didn't like Aquaman because the villains were dumb. Like, even the ones I brought out.
Villains are like we've talked about it 1,000 times, but I love the villains.
Which, I know Terrence isn't here because he's all about villains, but he's like, oh no, Aquaman. And then I complained about Black Manta, which he said he's a villain.
He did a video on it. I went and watched some of his videos.
And he said it is a character or a villain that gets better over time, which I said, okay, I can understand that.
Which is still annoying. I don't want to have a character that gets better.
You want them
start him right off powerful.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, a villain's kind of
depends on how long you gotta wait. Because they should have had it in the movie
over time. Like
if they had it in the movie.
Yeah. Like you want them to bring them in the movie like you don't want to. Like I don't have time for all this to develop in the movie. Like right, you want to bring them in strong in the movie,
right? Or have the like big strong one at the end, like in the movie. You said like every time he appeared in the movie, he was still like not great.
No,
because they're gonna save him for the future. Well, that's
the end. When we tell you the end, because the end, like that end credit scene for Aquaman,
it's like him again.
Yeah. So and then he's teaming up with somebody else, this other guy. So then maybe that's like kind of like okay, he teamed up now. This guy's gonna like really help him, you know. So that's why. Sorry, spoiler if y'all look. Y'all had enough time to see Aquaman. That ain't no. So y'all probably if you didn't then Googled it at least, right?
Right, exactly. So I still gotta do my review. People have been asking, so I'm gonna cause I'm going away for 2 weeks. So I'm gonna do a review for Justice League and for Batman vs. Superman and have those scheduled to go up while I'm gone. Mm-hmm. So if you guys are waiting for those, but you're probably not gonna like them.
I know Batman's like terrible, but you're giving a bad review for Justice League? I like Justice League.
I know.
Like, I didn't like it as well as, like, Wonder Woman or whatever, but I did not think it was terrible. Woman. I did not think it was terrible as people
You'll have to watch my review.
Okay, fine. I'll wait. But I did warn you before you watch it.
Hate it.
Because you watch, like, she waited so long to watch these movies. Like, Wonder Woman waited so long.
You know why?
I know you
Because I bought Batman vs. Superman.
I know you told me.
And I started it. I can't even tell you how many times. And I would fall asleep and I was like, I can't do this. Ben Affleck is so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I couldn't get through it. And I was like, I like to watch things in order.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, and some people, and I know everyone says, well, then you need to stop listening to these people, but it doesn't matter. This is what these people had said. Like, people I trust, like, from the comic book shop that I go to and all that, were like, well, you should at least watch the Wonder Woman scenes from Batman vs. Superman before watching it. Wonder Woman. So I'm like, well.
Just watch them in order.
Then I just watch it in order, right?
Yeah.
And because I feel like then you connect more. Like, I will say, my husband watched Justice League before he watched Wonder Woman, and then when we rewatched it together, we watched Wonder Woman and then Justice League, and he said, I like Justice League quite a bit more after having seen Wonder Woman. Yeah. Which is the point.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to watch them in order.
Yeah.
I still bought them the week they came out, but I was like, I couldn't, it still took me 2.5 days to get through watching it the whole time.
I think, I'm surprised though, he liked Justice League more after watching it and that came like right after Wonder Woman.
Because he knew more about Wonder Woman. I know,
and that's how remember I gave you like the disclaimer. Like you watch Wonder Woman and you were like, oh my God, Wonder Woman is so good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know look, everybody's been saying that. But I'm like, now you watch Justice League Now don't go in the mind frame. Don't go and watching it like Wonder Woman's the last thing you saw and that's what you're expecting. right? I gave you that.
I think he knew more about Wonder Woman. He knew more of her backstory. He knew more of her personality. And I think it became like why did Evan say Injustice League? What did he say? Oh, Injustice League. That's like I think it's like a cartoon. Is it a cartoon?
Oh, I don't know.
It's definitely a series.
He did recommend something. He said, I'll recommend it to you too, Amanda, if you haven't read them. No, I haven't.
Oh, read them. So, yeah, I know. Here's the thing, if I'm buying DC Comics, it's Batman, it's Catwoman, it's Gotham City Sirens, it's you know what I won't buy right now?
What?
Harley.
Really?
And I love me some Harley, but she is now movie Harley in the comic book.
They made her slutty Harley. They did?
I hate it so much. Even the comic book shop owner, she's amazing, and she was like, Harley was one of my favorites. I had to stop reading it. It's so bad. Because it's not Harley. That's not Harley, guys. She's cuckoo and crazy. If you're looking for someone who's like using her sex to get things, it's Catwoman. And Catwoman's always been that way. Like, in my interview with Ann Nesenti, who wrote about her, who was one of the writers, she was like, Catwoman, the thing about Catwoman is, like, she wears this full bodysuit, and she will zip it up or unzip it, depending on who she's talking to.
Yeah.
But she knows what she's doing, and she doesn't use it in a way to, like, she uses it, she's not just always that way, like, they have Harley, right? She's always like, I'm ditzy and slutty, and look at me, blah, blah, blah. Catwoman's, like, smart about it and calculated about it.
I mean, she uses it. She uses it to get... Poison Ivy too, right? Poison Ivy too.
Poison Ivy uses her just like in Gotham too, like her perfumes and her plants and her,
I know you're upset about that because that was your girl too. And that's why you hated Harley.
Oh, Harley. I thought you were trying to say something about Poison Ivy and Gotham. No. I was like, I didn't get that far.
Oh, no.
I do like that she's teamed up with Penguin. I love that.
Where are you at in Gotham?
So I'm on the finale from season 3. So Jim Gordon is all like, I'm gonna break things. I'm hulked out or whatever. I'm not Hulk because that's Marvel, but I got that disease or whatever it is, and I'm crazy. And Fish Mooney's back, and she's got Strange, who's
that crazy eye, that blue eye. She got that crazy blue eye.
I know. I love her though.
And look, that just makes her, like, when she came back with that crazy blue eye, I'm just like, ooh, I love Fish Moon.
I know. She looks fierce.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, Joshua Stark, apparently they made Harley, they made her slutty Harley. And that's one reason, I hated everything about the first Suicide Squad movie. Like, I hated it all. But that was one thing that just tore into you because Tessa loves some Harley. And then when they brought her like super slutty Harley in that, and now they made her in the comics like that. Ain't that something?
I'm trying to find a cover of a recent one.
Ain't that something?
Because I was like, you effing gotta be kidding me. I was so upset.
The Injustice series is particular, or what did you say? I can't.
Well, first of all, check out this one.
Oh no! She don't have to have those. She gonna get a yeast infection with those shorts.
Oh my god!
She is. They all the way up her booty.
She's just cute. I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
The Injustice League Superman is bad, and Harley is teaming up. Oh, the Injustice League is like everything flipped. Like Superman's bad. Oh, if Superman's bad, I can't see that one good. Bring it back some. Does she even have a shirt on?
She does, but it's like that Daddy's Little Monster shirt or whatever.
They making her look like the girl from Suicide. That's what they make. She looks at.
I know. This is the Harley I love.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
She's fully clothed, people.
Yeah.
And now she's like, oh, it's awful. I hate it. I just don't like it. I don't know. Bothers me.
They say, I heard that Harley is supposed to appear in this season 5 of Gotham.
And I'm starting to think it could be a lead, but it would be a weird
Do you think it's going to be, because Lee's already gone kind of bad, right? Like she does
well, from what I've seen, yeah. Well, but I don't know if there's a cure. Is she going to get better? I don't know. Don't tell me. So, maybe, not that she would want to take the cure, but she'd probably inject herself again. Because she's cuckoo crazy pants. But, what was I going to say? I would see, because I'm a season behind, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like if they sent Joker, or if Joker ended up seeing like a psychiatrist or someone, I could see that person turning into Harley.
Well, I mean,
does he get like a girlfriend or anything?
I can't tell you.
Just tell me, don't tell me who, but just yes or no.
About what?
Does Joker get like a girlfriend or any girl like with him? Yes or no?
What makes you think Joker's even around?
I know, but because that would have to be Harley. If you can't have Harley without having Joker. Because that's how Harley becomes Harley.
I know.
She's a psychiatrist who treated him and fell in love with him.
Listen, you watch season 4 so we can talk about this. I don't want to tell you too much because it's crazy.
All right,
it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like, because I have feelings about even the Joker character that I mean, have you met Jeremiah yet? Or is that season 4?
Oh my God. Yeah. He came back to life, got his face stapled all on his face.
I mean,
Jim Gordon punched his face off.
And Jerome. No, and then Jerome. That's Jerome.
That's Jerome.
That's Jerome. But have you met Jeremiah?
Oh, Jeremiah. No, I don't know who that is. I don't think.
See, we have to. Just wait. I'm sure
I might have, and I don't know his name. So, you know what happens?
You would know who Jeremiah is.
Bruce is like bad right now. Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
is he being mean to be?
Is he being mean to Alfred too?
What?
Is he being mean to Alfred too?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he makes me
this
mad.
Was the best. You killed the best mentor I ever had, and I'm like, hello. Mm-hmm. What the hell do you think Arthur's been doing for your
Bruce
entire
gets on
life?
my nerves doing all that too. I was mad too. I was like, Bruce, you better snap out of this.
I know you entitled little brat. He's still a young kid.
Joshua said, Harley I know, shouldn't be a prostitute. No, I'm really interested in this Evans talking about this in Justice League because Wonder Woman's bad too. They call
Do you know what I read that I liked that was Justice League kind of? Was it Identity Crisis? Would any of you guys know? God, it was a long time ago, but my husband has the trades for it and I read it. Cause I was such a Marvel girl, but we got together and he was super into comics and had both, which like I said, I've always had Batman stuff, but never anything like Superman. I just wasn't, and he was like, here, read this. This is one of the best, like Justice League. What's it called? I think Identity Crisis.
Okay.
They were messed up like that too. It was like, I'm trying to remember, but I loved it. I read it twice and I can't even remember.
I'm going to have to check this out because that sounds interesting, but we got to go. I forgot to plug in my computer and I'm about to die. My computer's about to die.
Oh, I see it.
I know. And I got a little warning says it's about to die. And we've been on an hour. We've been talking an hour. We've done, look, I think we did good this week talking about Captain America, only because Tessa watched it. Next week, I think it'll be better. Avengers. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to watch that again. And so I'm excited. So next week, same time, Avengers we're going to be talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what comic book we're going to talk about on Thursday yet. Give me a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be something I know you can get.
Why some of those?
Well, just some might be older and you won't be able to get them. Pick them up.
Yeah.
Not get like you're dumb.
Oh,
get
I was like, what? My comic shop has all of them. I thought you'd be like super secret comics. I was like, my comic.
No, I just meant like if I choose something from like 6 months ago, it's going to be hard for you to get. Like Life of Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, y'all. All right. Bye. Till next time. Mwah. Mwah. And watch Avengers next time. Talk about it with us.
Yes.